Stay focused and energized using G Fuel. You can use the discount code OGXRAYZ to get 10% off your entire order. Yo, what's up guys, it's XRAYZ. Welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies video. What I have for you guys today is going to be a video explaining who the Shadow Man is. I think a lot of people have a lot of questions about him. Who exactly is he? And if you have not completed the Easter egg just yet, or if you haven't seen anything about it, then you'll probably learn a little bit more about who exactly this guy is. So he's a two-face, basically. Starts off helping you out, telling you need to do this to be forgiven, to escape this weird world that you're in. It's Morgue City, like some trippy, infected zombie takeover apocalypse version of it. And that you need to get the summoning key. You need to complete some rituals in order to be able to escape this place or this dimension or realm, whatever you want to call it. But other than that, we don't really know who exactly this guy is. We know what he looks like now because we have theater mode, and there's a lot of people who have close-ups of this guy's face. He looks like an older dude, but really, there's more to him than just that. Now, the Shadow Man is actually a really mysterious figure, and from what we understand, he's a guy who's just kind of watching over Nero, Jessica, Jack, and Floyd. So all of them are just kind of in the situation where they wake up, they're in a zombie-infested version of Morgue City. They're being told by this guy who is kind of watching over them and, you know, giving them advice and acting like he's very concerned about them. You know, he's trying to help them out by doing this ritual, but eventually this guy screws you over. But does he belong to some sort of faction? Does he work with some sort of group? And really, we find out who this guy is because he offers to give these guys guidance, alright? So at first he seems like a really nice guy. He's helping you out. You're opening up, pack a punch. It feels like you're making progress in not only surviving, but maybe even finding a way to escape. And this is all the characters who feel this way. But eventually, once you actually start completing the Easter egg a little bit further on, you figure out that once you open Pack a Punch, that the Shadow Man isn't all that he's cracked up to be. He's actually a pretty messed up dude. And he actually ends up tricking you into releasing him from the summoning key, I believe is where he was trapped, and then he breaks out by Nero, Jessica, Jack, and Floyd helping him out. And then eventually this leads to him being able to work with his overlords, as he calls them, and basically take over the dimension. So he's a really messed up guy who's using the crew to basically take over this dimension or whatever world this place is. Now later on in the Easter egg, we learn a little bit more about this guy, and we find out that he's actually a servant of Cthulhu. So if you guys don't know what Cthulhu is, I'm actually going to go in depth on that this Saturday on an episode of Behind the Horror. But Cthulhu is this like methodical creature. It's like this guy that supposedly existed millions of years ago. It's not really fact, it's just something that someone put together. It's like a mythos. And basically, Cthulhu is this weird, gigantic creature with like tentacle faces. You can see statues of him all over the map, and this guy actually is a servant for him, and he's trying to help the resurrection or the opening up of this world to Cthulhu. Now eventually we actually do end up killing this guy, so the Shadow Man actually ends up getting wrecked. You kill him and you put him back into the summoning key, and this summoning key is what would help these guys escape. But as we all know, right at the end, Richtofen pops up out of nowhere, grabs the summoning key. At this point our guys are screwed over, but the Shadow Man, who exactly is he? He's not really a shadow guy. He's actually a servant of Cthulhu who's trying to use you and manipulate you to free him in order to try to get this whole realm or this entire dimension taken over by the overlords, or in this case Cthulhu, and whatever different mythos is along with that. So we'll definitely look into that further on, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you're wondering who exactly the Shadow Man is, if he's a good guy, a bad guy, what happens to him in the story, he screws you over, you end up killing him and using him to try to escape, which doesn't really work out because Richtofen pops up out of nowhere. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, leave a favorite, and of course if you are new, if you enjoy zombie content like this, more in-depth stuff, story related stuff, Easter egg stuff, a whole bunch of content, you won't want to miss it. Make sure to subscribe so you guys won't miss any videos. I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, check out my Patreon page if you want to get access to videos earlier than everyone else. If you want to keep talking zombies, Twitter is the best place to do so, and of course make sure to use the discount code OGXRAYZ to get 10% off Control Freak and G Fuel, link in the description below. I'm out. Peace.